Hello, NABSE members. I'm Mike McFarland, and I have struggled to come up with the right combination of words to address the range of emotions I've experienced and am experiencing over the last week in the aftermath of George Floyd's death, and quite frankly, throughout my life as an African-American male in America. You see, this video captured what I believe is the worst of what our country should be about and is in direct conflict to the ideals of our democracy. Now, as I recognize that we all have multiple roles, we feel, I'm speaking to you today as the national president of the National Alliance of Black School Educators. And I must admit that it is difficult for me to detach my personal experience and past history with situations of this nature from the message that I bring to you. The National Alliance of Black School Educators would like to go on record to say that the actions and the behaviors of all of the officers involved in this incident were wrong, criminal, and should never be tolerated in a civilized society that's built upon the principles of justice, fairness, and equity for all. We stand with millions of others who are calling for a full prosecution of all involved. You see, the video of Mr. Floyd's death is a gut-wrenching reminder to me, and I know to many of you, of the traumatic experiences and episodes that many of us have had to endure. And as a result, I know that the families and the students we are charged to serve within the school districts across the nation through education have been deeply impacted as well. Many of you, like me, were led into this educational field by a desire to impact social injustices. I believe that education is a tool of social mobility that should be available to all in a thriving democracy. You see, these guiding principles of equity and excellence in education are also the cornerstones on which NABSE was founded over 50 years ago. The situations that were seen in the media of late and those of the past have been the result of institutional racism, fear, and hate. And I believe that the weapon of mass destruction against these ills is within our hand and within our reach. It is education. And as an organization, it is important that we redouble our efforts to do our part to ensure that all students have access to the highest quality educational experiences possible so that their choices and opportunities for success after high school and within society are enhanced. In addition, as leaders in NABSE who are in responsible positions within organizations we serve, we must be conscious of the fact that what we do and what we say and what we don't do and don't say matters. We do not have the right to remain silent in the face of injustice and inequity. As agents of the system, our commitment and focus must be on changing the system to ensure excellence and equity for all. You see, the power and the sustainability of our democracy, of our country, and our status in this world is dependent on nothing less. We can do better as leaders. We can do more as adults. And we must redouble our efforts to ensure a better society, a better state, a better community, a better city, a better organization, and a better school system for our students. I encourage you to create avenues where discussion and dialogue can occur about racial and social justice within your sphere of influence. Start affecting change where you are, NABSE affiliates. Start the conversation. We must all commit to becoming more conscious about social justice and the systems and institutional practices that oftentimes conflict with the values on which we stand. That is, if we expect others to believe in the systems we promote, we stop riots, NABSE, by starting conversations. We end looting, NABSE, by being intentional about listening. We curtail agitation by ensuring intentional and authentic action is taken to meet the needs of those who are called to serve. I am challenging NABSE to get involved in initiatives locally within your community that advance racial and social justice. As leaders and educators, we must organize and connect with others regardless of race, regardless of ethnicity or religion. We must connect based on the common cause of the common good and the principles of equity, justice, and equality for all. I implore you to commit to identifying needs in your local community and take action to make things better. The time is now, NABSE, for us to act. We have a responsibility to do something. You see, we are educators, and we do not have the right to remain silent. We start by educating ourselves so that we can be adequately equipped to educate others. If not you, then who? And if not now, then when?